Good morning, early birds. It's 4 a.m. Eastern Time. It's 10 o'clock in Amsterdam. It's summer in Amsterdam. It's Friday. It's Funny Friday. It's the day after the day before. And what a day we had yesterday with a lot of volatility. And I was not at my best on that market, I have to say. So when you're not at your best in the market, then just step out. Step out if you're not at your best. So that's something that I do and something that I did. Made a little profit, of course, but after that I thought, okay, this is just killing me, and I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to sit in my garden and visit someone, and then I just left the market for where it was, only to look at it in the late session again to see what was going on the streets of Wall Street. And well, I just have to say, did you guys make any money? I have to ask, did you guys make any money, or did you lose a lot in, well, let's say AMC or one of the others? Really curious to see that. Lake G22. Good morning. Elena, good morning. Goedemorgen. With our Finnish influence also in the chat today. So good to see you all. It's quiet in the chat. You did lose a lot in the portfolio, say Prasad, yes. I can imagine that. Michael de Vries, good morning from Melbourne Beach, Florida, USA. Up early again. Rich, good morning. Ramon, good morning. Stacy B, good morning. Great to see you again. You made money at Barry, Tilray, and you lost on AMC. Was that fear of missing out, Stacy, or what happened there? Won't you tell? You don't want to. Also, that's also a good thing. So it's Funny Friday, guys. So that means that we are gonna do a lot of stuff on the chat today. We have our own watch list, of course. You're still in AMC at 20. Okay. You didn't sell any. Brave person. You're in cash. Yeah, you got stopped out in a hard. Okay, Stacy. So you took your loss. That's good. Yeah, say Prasad. I hear you. I hear you. So, well, important on a day like yesterday is, of course, to cut your losses. If a market is as volatile as it was in the first hour, or maybe hour and a half, I think, but certainly in the first hour, if it's that volatile, then you have to put in your stop losses and you have to cut your losses. That's what I do. And being a professional day trader, that's the one thing that you hear from any day trader and any professional trader out there: cut your losses. The biggest mistake I made when I just started out is that I didn't take my losses, and I thought, well, it just might go up. I'm just hoping it would go up. If I'm not selling right now, it's just an unrealized profit and loss, and if I hit that sell button, then it's going to be on my realized P&L, so I don't want that, so I'm going to keep that. And I even kept some of those overnight, hoping. And if you're a day trader, hoping is the stupidest thing that you can do, really, believe me. Thinking about getting Ford today, or not? Well, Ford is on the watch list. Rich to jump 490% up on AMC. We've got one of our diamond hands in the house, Rich. That's good for you. Please make sure that you really some it at least, if you wish to do that. OP, good morning. I look tired. Well, should I tell you or should I tell you? I will tell you. It's my wife's birthday today, so that's why. I'm not gonna tell you any more secrets than that, but that's what's happening. But I'm not tired. I'm full of adrenaline. I had my morning coffee, matches my shirt, so I have my water going on. We took the walk with the dog. Dog is in the back here. You can see that. Yeah, you can see that. And we have a great day. I'm going to have a great day also today. Let's go fishing Friday. Thank you, John. Thank you, OP. Thank you, Stacy. Oh, it was your birthday Monday. That's why you were not on Monday. Now I know. Nobody was. Okay, so first we have to share some great news because, girls and boys, something happened yesterday. We hit a new all-time high. We hit a new all-time high. 2,000 views yesterday. And that's not because of me. That's because of you guys. Really, it is because of you. And that's because you hit those likes, you share this with your friend, you hit the subscribe button, you talk about the show on Twitter, you retweet my tweets, and you like my tweets, you give answers to my tweets, and you even correct me on my English, but that's also very good. If there's a buzz, that's good. So 2K is very good. It was a great day for Benzinga also yesterday, so everybody hit all-time highs, I think. But we did too. 2,000 people were viewing yesterday. So if you don't watch this live, and I can imagine that you don't, then please hit that like button. If you're watching this at 6 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, at 10 o'clock, if you're rewatching this, hit that like. If you're watching this on Twitter, as I know you do, hit that like, hit that share. It's important, not for me, of course not for me, but for Benzinga. Hey, Saeed, Prasad, the overall market, well, I I have to refer to Joel about that, and I have to refer to Dennis Dick when he says nobody knows anything, and I'm going to stick to that. I have no expectations as a day trader. And I learned that because expectations will get in the way of my technical analysis. I think, oh, the market's going up. I'm going long, 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 buy, Jim Cramer-like. But no, that's not good. You just have to stay very calm, look at price action, price discovery in the first 15 minutes. And then if I think that a level will break, then I'm going in. You just might be right, John. You just might be right on that, but I'm a favorite of Ford also. So good morning, everyone. I am 234100. Is that your phone number or your social security number? Okay, just let us look at what happened yesterday with the things that I did. So this is CLNE. So what we do on these shows, if you don't watch this every morning, as you should, it now is Friday, it's a quiet day, everybody's relaxing on Friday, I think. It's funny Friday, so everybody thinking, okay, I made my profits and I'm going to slow down now, but please be sure that you stay alert in markets like this. So we've called out 863, 877 and 987 as levels. When this one broke, this 863 level, I got in. I had my limit order set at 8, just above this candle here at 867 or something. I'm not sure exactly. I got in. This was my target, 987. Yeah, didn't get there. So stayed a little bit too long in this one because I should have profited here, but you never do on the high, do you? So I took my profits at, I think 950-ish. So here when after these two red candles, and made a nice profit on CLNE. So what I do in these shows is I will show you the levels. And somebody referred to me yesterday, oh, none of those levels were hit. So, well, if a level does not get hit, then I'm not going to play it because I think, well, okay, that's not, and you're just playing a stock just hanging out there in the middle. So if you want to play this one around here, then you don't know where it's going. Yeah, you can play the VWAP bounce, of course, if you want to, but if there's no strength in it, then it does not bounce, as you can see here. So I'm a level player. I really, really am a level player. So I put in these levels. It's a level of support or it's a level of resistance. If this is a level of resistance, because we started out here, and this is the post-market close. This is pre-market open. And what you do then is that you just want to break a level, break resistance, and then you get in. Or if something is support, then you really want to be in this one because it is support is giving you some assurance that it might go up. So and I was stopped out on a completely, no, this is the other one, HWM. I missed this one, so this is typically a play that I would play normally. So this is my favorite play. It comes down and then gets up again. Not a lot of money to be made here, but well, just 50 cents on a 34 stock. That's just enough for me. So this is the dip buy that I normally would take. So going down here, 1, 2, 3, and then it dips into this level 34.66. This was preset, so this is the level that we talked about, and then it wants to get up here, so you can just decide where do you want to get in. If I'm not sure, then I'm going to get in above this wick here to really be sure that this really is a reversal. And if I'm more sure about it and I look at my level 2 in the tape, I still do that. unless some other parties, then you can just say, okay, I'm going to set my limit order here at 34.70 and I'm going to get in and play this one to the upside. I did not, but I could have. I was occupied with other stocks at that moment, and one of them was this one. I was stopped out at HAT, so 6 was resistance and 615 was resistance. I knew that. 550 was support, and it turned out to be support later in the day, but I was stopped out at AHT, and I'm gonna show you on this one to really educate why you should have really so where are we we're looking at this point here, so this is what we're looking at. So it opens here at this bar. This is the 5-minute bar, so you can see this one a little bit better. So, but I'm going in on a 1 minute, and it's a little bit difficult to see on a 1 minute chart, but you will get the picture. So $6 was a level of resistance. Nice first candle here, 5 minutes. The next candle also starting high here. So I thought, well, there's no point in hesitating. I'm just going to get in based on my 1 minute here. Got in above $6, $6.02 or something. That was my fill. And then it just exploded on me on this big red run on the 5 minutes. So after 15 minutes or something, I was out of this one. This was not my stop loss. That would have been too big, but I stopped out at, I think, 575. I'm not really sure, but I have to look that up at 575, something like here, which was just a stupid stop loss in hindsight. So getting in above the $6 and then stopped out at 575. I lost $400 on this one trades in just a few minutes. And I'm glad that I just did, because in my old days, I would just have stayed in this one and hoping that it would get up again. It did, so it could have just break even here. But if you see this one going and this one going, you just never know where it will go, because it broke this level also. This was a level. So if you want to be some kind of professional trader, you have to cut your losses. That's more important than any gains that you make. So that's why I share these with you guys. Also, I have no interest in selling you anything. I will not sell you a course. I will not sell you something that you don't want. I don't want to sell you a program. I'm not going to sell you software. I'm just going to share you how I trade, and I'm going to share you my levels, and that's what I'm doing on this show. And it's what Benzinga is all about, sharing, giving a lot of free information for you guys, because if you want to, you really can make a nice living out of investing or day trading. People who say that you can't are not up to date on what you can do with the current software and the current statistics that you can use to trade these markets. Good morning, Green Positive. Good to see you here. It's a quiet morning, only 40 viewers right now, but we know that there are 2,000 during the day, so please hit that like button, guys, hit the share button. It's Friday, it's Funny Friday. We have this watch list, and we're going to talk you through it. I'm going to do that in up tempo now, so that you can put in a lot of tickets after 10:30. So Let's do this. CVE. CVE. Oh, watch it. Watch. Wait. Okay, there we go. CVE. This is this enormous gap up here that we saw two days ago. Then it was a second day runner here, and what you want to see, of course, is a third day runner. But look at this. This was March last year. Here we are, March last year. And the big fall, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4 big candles during COVID. So it dropped from 973 here, and this area here, this high here is 866. So 860 is something's happening in the garden. So I'm just looking what's happening there. 860, guys. So this just might be broke that 860. So it's above its COVID position that it was in February 22. Sorry. This is a high, weekly highs we're talking about now of 893. 939, 927. So if you want to see a third day runner, if you see that there's more strength in it than it was here, then if it breaks this one, then you might just play this one all the way up to 1050. Because then here you see this came down here also, and then so these are not levels that I'm looking at. I'm looking at this high here. So if it does, then it just might be the one that you want to play today. So I'm going to call 890 and 938 as the levels. This 860, you might just want to consider that, but you don't want to see this one go all the way back down. So if you are long biased, then you have to be sure that it stays above this 889 position, and then everything above 938 is a long all the way to 1050 as your target. Good morning, Froskan. So when I put on these levels here, then this what you want to see, what I want to see is you can play this two different ways. So what you can do is there's no volume whatsoever right now, so don't worry about this going on. So no volume. There are two ways of playing this one. So if this is support, this line here will be if this is support, then the way that my favorite play is that this one comes down, so like this, and just hits that line, and then what you want to see, as we saw on the one that I just showed you in yesterday's play, you want to see this one go up again and all the way to this level here, 938. So you're getting in here at 889, for example. There are two ways of playing these. You can say 889 is my level, and then I'm gonna get in here. So this will be my green point, and I'm gonna set my limit order here. So you can do that before markets open, but it can go very fast. So if I'm confident about a play, more or less, then after 1 or 2 or 3 minutes or 4 minutes, or sometimes after 50 minutes, I'm seeing something like this happening. So stock's coming down, and then I'm going to put in my limit order 892. And I want to play that one to the upside, and then I have a 40-cent gain if it gets to this 938. Fever will be here, of course, so there's not a lot of room on this one. And if it does not hold this one, if it does not hold at 889, then you can just say, okay, this is my stop. You can set an alert, but this will be my stop. So this will be red, and this is your stop loss. So you put in the stop loss here. Stop loss, you know what I mean. Stop loss here, and then you stopped out here at 885, and then you're losing 7 cents. And if you're in with 1,000 shares, then you can do the math how much you're losing. So this is what you should do. If you think this is a level, then you say, okay, 885, or if you want to give it some room, then you can say 881, or you can say 874, because this also looks to be a level. On stop losses, I made a video. You can look that back on Benzinga. I think it's somewhere under my name, how you should put in stop losses and how you should risk your management. So that's one way to play it. It's here, goes down, hits that level, and then you play it to the upside. That's one way to play it. And the other way to play it is to the upside. So if there's strength in the play, and just get no. So this is the level. Let's say this is the level 930. Then what you want to do is it hits that 930, and then you're going to put your limit order in here. And I do this one manually all the time, because I really want to show that I really want to see that this one will be breaking. So this is 934. So this is then the break over 930. If you want to be very aggressive, if you have a lot of confidence, or if there are some other signals that this is a strong one, then you can also say, okay, I'm going to get in here under this one. So that's a gain of 7 cents immediately. So then you are, if you're buying here just under this resistance level, then, and you're buying here on this one, then you buying in resistance. That's something that you can do. And if you're buying here, then you're buying in strength, as I call it. And sometimes you get faked out. So it gets above the 934, you get in, and then just jumps on you, like we saw on the stock that I just showed you in the beginning. What was it? HT, I think. And then you play to the upside. So the levels that I give you are levels of support and levels of resistance, depending on what the stock is. But it is a level. And on CVE, I just showed you what those levels are. And that's how you can play them. This shows for information purposes only. Don't do as I do, make your own strategies. But I'm just giving you these levels because I'm a level trader. So this is just an interesting stock because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red days with a lot of lower highs, and then looks to be bottoming out here. You don't want to see this one all the way back to 81.22, because that's just a new sign of weakness. So what I really want to see to be bullish on this one, so to play this on long side, is when it gets above this 830 75. And then you can play it all the way to the top, because if it's not breaking this 83.75, then it just might be hovering here, as stocks do all the time. So after you get something like this, then might just stay here and be chop all day. And so you want to see real strength here in order to play this one to the upside. And it's a 325 million float, so that's enough, and can move $1.70 in a day. So this 85.87 is not a target that's a target that you can hit on a day. Michael, I'm gonna talk tickets after I finish my watch list. So I'm gonna I have this tendency to talk a lot, but that's just me. So this is a TREX, not a dinosaur, but a stock TREX. Well, did it find its bottom yesterday? You tell me. So it's this is just consolidation station here. This whole range here, then drops again and then tries to get up again. So what you're looking for right now, and maybe this will not happen today, is that this might just be like this on this day. So this is just building to drop down. If you are a short player, which I am also, but I'm not the greatest short player in the world, I will tell you that right away. So you just might wait for this one to just stay here in consolidation station and then play to the downside on one day. So keep it on your watch list. That's a possibility for TREX. But if you want to play this one today, then you really have to see some strength here, and should stay above this line here, 93, 92, because that's pre-market open and post-market close aligning here, and everything above 95.34 will be a long for me. UTHR is similar to the one that we just saw. Will this be the bottom here? So is this just falls down these 2 days, and when it does, it closes this gap. Do you see that? So this big gap up, and then what we always say is that stocks will have the tendency to close the gap. Well, it took its time for that, but finally did here. So that's why this is a big level, I think. I'm going to make this a Lila one, and if it's a Lila one, it's not just a level or 170.26, so why not just say 170? But this is now an area of supports. An area of support. So you really want to play this one only if this support will hold. So everything above 170 is a long for me. And let's see if there's some strength. This is also some kind of resistance here now, 172. So 172, 170. And then, of course, you want to see this one break to 176. And then you have really something going on here. But there's no volume whatsoever now. So we really have to wait. It's a low floater, 38 million. But can move $5 a day. And it's enough for 175 stock. NTCO. NTCO. This is a complete opposite of the charts that we looked at before. So this is the gap up. And you can clearly see that it wants to hold this 20.55 here. You also want to see some volume in this one, because otherwise it's just going to be choppy all day. So this is a post-market close and this is pre-market open. And I'm not telling you that on every show, but these are always levels to me. So and then of course this high here will be a level, but with no volume, and that's not a very strong level. But I'm really curious if this can be a third day runner. So is this it for this stock, or will this be going to you know what? Not to the moon, but to 2366-ish. So I think there's a lot of potential here if it breaks this 2021 level. Back. Brasken. Well, same situation going on here. This is not a recent IPO, but this is a high. So if you want to short this one on this high, then be my guest. I'm not going to do that because I don't have that. I don't have the success that others have on shorting stocks on those highs. But you may want to play that one. So this is just look at this. And if something like this happens, then this is a level also for me, 2085 and 2130, and this 2224 on back. So everything above this is blue sky. One of the favorites, because it's just such a nice volatile stock, is CCL. This is the high here. This is this 3964 is the ultimate target, because that's when the market crashed. That's the mark on the pre-COVID mark. Let's say 3964. So this happened. Normally, this is just something that's may scare you a little bit, but when you look at this pattern here, then it's not perfect. It's not the perfect swing that you want to see in a stock going up. But this stock never goes up in one straight line. So it goes up, breathes a little, goes up, breathes a little. So this breathing area that you want to see here are still the levels that I put in yesterday. So the day before, 30, 51, and 31.50. Then Forts. I know that we played this one around the 10 area here. And this was what I did yesterday. So it's going to be pivotal for me. So this is, if this stays this way, then it's a double top on a daily, which is very strong. So if it breaks this one, 16, let me be more precise, well, 1636, if this breaks this one, then you've got another long on your hands. And this might go for a second day run on Forts. Is the ATR, Ramon? Sorry, I'm not looking at my chat. I'm just going through with all my stocks now. I'm going to look at the chat later and if you didn't get your question answered, then you can, what Stacy did for you, Ramon. So this is here, this is my ATR. And that's just an average. So this one tells me now that's on average, it moves 70 cents. This one is interesting cloth because it's tried to break this 200 SME here yesterday. Hits that one right on the nose. And it IPO'd in July, and look at where it IPO'd and look at where it hit its nose. So is this a level or is this a level? You want to see strength in this one. So this, you want, if this now gonna make a lower high, then it's just gonna maybe just had its fun and go down again like it did here. So this is for swing traders your cup and handle forming here, but we look at this as a day trade, and I want to see 856 really as a bottom here, because everything above below 856 might just set a new trend to the downside, and then here 1058 ish. SKLZ did a lot of things yesterday, but not what we hoped it would do. We said it's trade this one on price action, because levels here are difficult other than this one, but this is just a bull flag forming right now, and it's just a cup and handle forming. If you want to swing trade this one as a day trader, I'm not giving too much attention on those kinds of patterns, because I really want to see levels on my charts and trade them from levels. So that's different from when you are swing trading. So is this a level? I'm not sure. Sometimes when you're not sure if and just play this one from the round numbers: 2050, 21, 2150, 22. If you're not sure, then maybe you just say, okay, I'm going to play those $half. Some play also the $quarter, but well, $half are also fine. 2050, 21, 2150 on SKLZ. Just 4 more, guys, and I'm going to the chat. AAL. $24.40. AAL, yeah. AAL. So AAL, really, you can see this one here now also in this is the COVID break here. Boom. And well, it tried to get above that COVID break twice. You at 26.08. So this is 26. So everything above 26 will be above where it was pre-COVID. So will it get there today? Will it happen? I don't know. So 24.40, 26.08 are the levels for AAL. Nikola. We played Nikola lots of times, and we talked about Nikola a lot of times. So, and now the day before yesterday, it really, really wanted to go. Just look at this nice line going up. So this is now, this is the pattern that you want to see in a trend going up, just so going up, breathing, and you make this, so this high now is higher than this high. And just made a not an exact low here, but what you're looking for right now is this one to make a new high if you are long bias, which I am. 19.50 seems to be a tall order now if you playing this to the long side, but just might. And what you see here now, this is normally not something that you want to see if you go wrong, but if you see a red candle like this, and if there is a possibility that it can fill this one here, then you have some strength, and it just might break this 1952 also. So sometimes this is a bad sign. I'm back. So this is what you want to see on NKLA. Okay, guys, if you want to have missing in the swag video that you just saw, those t-shirts and hoodies and all those things, I want to have a Benzinga Amsterdam t-shirt. Why not? So let's get wild on this one. Just go to Jason's Twitter account. You can find it somewhere. So go to Jason Resnick's Twitter account and just tweet them. I want to have a Benzinga Amsterdam shirt. Tweet them, because if he gets a lot of tweets, then maybe just he will make those two, or I will get them done here in Amsterdam, and then we have a Benzinga Amsterdam shirt. So everybody, are you with me on that one? So tweet Jason Resnick from Benzinga. He's my boss, and if I want to get something done and I'm going to talk to him, then he says, well, I'm not sure, but if you guys do that, tweet that out to him. Benzinga Amsterdam shirt, we want that. So just two more. ABT, this is a gap down here, and then now it's trying to get up again, get back on its feet. So you want this 108, let's say 109. You want to see this one holding, then your next level of resistance here is at 111, let's say 112. I don't think that it will just get this gap back in one day, because I think that's a tall order, because it has an ATR here of 2.54 in on average. So it can move 2.54 on average. Can move a lot more, of course, but can also be very choppy. And what I'm trying to give you here, guys, is some other stock names and some other ticker names than you are used to on all the other shows, because everybody's always talking about the same stocks. So trying to be a little bit different than that. So this is a 10042 and 10, so let's say 102 on DLTR. So no volume whatsoever. You need a lot of volume for this one. It can have, because it's 230 million float stock, and it can move $2.50 on a day. That's not enough for a $100 stock normally, but if it gets some, you're gonna get some push here, then you just might also close this gap. So is everybody tweeting Jason already about the Benzinga Amsterdam shirt? I will. Okay, guys, and girls, 10 minutes before end of the show. So we have 10 minutes ticker time. So show me your tickets and I will show you mine. Benzinga Amsterdam Wheats, yeah. Benzinga Early Bird Amsterdam. That would be great. Or Benzinga Amsterdam and then on the back the Bosch. What do you think about that? Is that something? BlackBerry. BlackBerry, of course, why not? It had its day yesterday. I watched that from the sideline. This is just a difficult one for BlackBerry because it takes no prisoners when it's going. So it's very difficult to trade this one from levels because you can say this is a level here, but it's 2 points away from that, and you can say this is level, but it's 5 points away from that. So if you want to trade something like this, then it's also always on price. So be sure in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the day, then maybe sometimes I wait 15 minutes or 10 minutes if it's very volatile, then before I do anything. So wait for price and price action, because look at this here on the 5-minute chart here. So this is a real big gap up, and you're getting in on this 5-minute chart, and then it just pulls the rug under you, and you are down $4 on a $20 stock if you don't put in a stop loss. So BlackBerry doesn't take any prisoners, so do this one on price action. Well, I tweeted out yesterday, so if you want to follow me on Twitter, then you can see what I'm doing all day long. I'm not doing that live because I don't want to pump anything, of course. And now that we have 2,000 viewers, we just might be able to pump something, but I'm not going to do that. It's against regulations. No, we cannot do that with 2,000 people in the house. So CLNE today again. Well, it has to be a second-day runner, and this 50 EMA, this moving average here is will be your pivot point. Will it get above that? And then it's now 990, and then 10 is just above that. So be wise and just play this one if it's above 10 to the long side. And if it's showing any weakness, then I would not play this one. So $10 for a long on CLNE. Moderna, that's something that we didn't look for a long time, Anthony. What did this? So this is a heartbeat. If you ever saw a heartbeat in a stock, this is a heartbeat. And slowly grinding up. So I didn't use these for a long time now. So this is what's happening here. Oops, okay. Neil is better at this than I am, but this is a channel all day long. It's for swing traders. This is nice to have to see this thing happening here. So if you're a swing trader, then you just can really play this one from the levels that in the channel. Please draw these lines yourself if you want to be more accurate than this. So it's not picture perfect. But can be. And if you want to day trade this, so well, these are all strong levels. This is what you look at this. So I want to say 193-ish. This one needs to hold right now. Can move $7. You need $7 on a big stock. $199.83. Well, it's just getting above, trying to get above the 200 mark. So that's also something that's $1, $2, $100, $10, $200. That's always something that you have to look at it in terms of resistance and support. So this is to day trade 193 and 200 for Moderna. This is the one. Stacy B, you got it. Oh, my grandma on the back. Yeah, that's it. Let's tweet this one out, guys. So Benzinga, damn early. You cannot say damn in the United States, but damn is Amsterdam. You can say damn in Amsterdam, of course, because anything goes there. And oh, my grandma on the back. That's it. Stacy B, that's it. Tweet this one out. Tweet this one out to our friend Jason, and let's see what he says to that. I will do the first tweet after the show. Sense. Talked about Sense, did we? Did we not? Did we not? Am I getting... Did not? I say no sense. Sense. Donna. Yeah, it makes no sense, but I know what you're looking at. It sense. You say it will continue to go up. Well, that's strong. I won't ever say that for any stock, but I can tell you this. This is what you want to see, of course. And you know that. So, you know what they say about a stock. If it's above 2.80, then it will get to $3. And if it gets above the $3, then it will get to the 3.25. And if it gets about above, that's what you always hear, and that's what you expect of this one. So I really want to see this one break above the $3 mark, so you can buy this in resistance and just get a head start, or you can buy this just above this $3, and then this will happen. So $3 will be the line for me in a cent. Anything above $3, then then it's a long for me. I'm not going to say I'm going to buy it, but that's a long for me. If then this one goes down, then you know what's going to happen. Yeah, it doesn't go up anymore. So that's where the small ones, if it goes down on a day and gets somewhere like here, it most of the time does not get up anymore. Most of the time. More singing, please. Yeah. You're shorted 199 pounds yesterday. That's great, Anthony. Singers that chart here. Well, OP. It's Funny Friday, but it's not that funny. It's my wife's birthday, so there's a lot of singing going on later in the day, but so I have to really save my throat. We're gonna have sushi tonight. Favorite meal. Okay, it's 11 o'clock in Amsterdam. Did you already hit that like, guys? So just go to Twitter's account, Twitter Jason's account. I'm just gonna do that right now. Go to my Twitter account, guys. You can appreciate that. I know you can. So I'm really good at this, as you can see. So add Jason Resnick. Suggestion from the chat. What do you think, guys? So like this tweet or share this tweet, or also let's get something going on right here on when he wakes up in the morning in 1 or 2 hours, then something will happen on Twitter account. So what was it on the backside again? It was okay. So go to my Twitter account, guys. I'm going to tweet it right now at Jason Resnick. Like this one, share this one. Amsterdam. Dark has gone away. Postman did not ring twice. It is 11 o'clock in Amsterdam. It's 5 o'clock Eastern time. This was the Early Bird Show. I'm going to be on later on the day, really, I am, just for 10-15 minutes for an update on all the stocks that we talked about now. I'm not going to talk as much as now, but I'm just going to do stocks. And that's at 7:30 Amsterdam time. If you want to see that, follow me on Twitter. So I will tweet that out when I'm getting. So get Twitter, like that one, like my tweets, and Thank you, Stacy, for being here and for being such a great artist on the swag fronts. So you will get, and make sure that you get a commission if this one goes through. OP, thank you for being active all day long. Pavel, thank you. I'm not gonna maybe just put in the tickets on my Twitter, and I will look at them in the other show this afternoon or this morning if you are in America. So if you're gonna trade safely. If you're not gonna trade, have a good weekend, and see you here in a few hours. And otherwise, I will see you on Monday. Have a great one, and bye bye for now.